Sure. Hello, you finished dinner?
Yes, I have finished.
Okay. If there is someone that haven't finished dinner, I will send you deliver, right? Okay, let's start our lesson. Can you see my screen?
Yes, I can.
Yes, I see.
Let me- Okay. Okay, tonight's lesson is a little different from the previous one. In the previous, what do you remember from the previous my session? You remember anything from my session in the previous session?
Teaching style.
Teaching style or teaching style,
Yeah.
related a little, other things.
Maybe group questions or pair working pair like that.
Yeah, okay, pair work
Yeah.
or working pair,
Yeah,
group
and
work.
yeah, the teacher encouraging the
Yeah,
students. Yeah.
encouraging the students, asking the
Yeah.
questions, right? And
Right.
also the positions of the teachers. You also see the different positions or different, what can I say?
Yeah.
Different strengths of the teacher, right?
Right.
In the first scenario, as much as you remember, there will be like the 4 or 5 groups, but the teacher is walking around the classroom, right? And also
Right. Yeah.
monitoring the learners. And next one, the teacher is also sitting with the student on the same level. Right? The next one is like that. The teacher is standing in front of the classroom explaining about the going to pattern. Encourage the student to produce the oral, production to make sentences by using the going to. Yeah. That's why the relationship between the teacher and student also depends on the teacher's stance, right? In the previous one. And also you also learn about the authors, how he, has learned his teaching from his, role model teachers. Okay, now this lesson is a little different from the previous one. So mainly focus on how to teach the young learners. Okay. Okay, firstly, I want you to read this one, please. Okay, yeah, this session mainly focus on teaching young learners. There you will learn about the characteristics of the young learners and also what ages are the young learner that we define and also what activities that we can use to teach the young learners. And, I'll move to the next one. Yeah. So the first one, the young learners characteristics. The first one is like the theories of learning and child development, right? Pero In the previous session or in other subjects, I think you have learned some learning theories. So what theories do you remember? What learning theories do you know, or have you learned in the previous session or in the other subjects? Have you ever heard the Piaget? Hello, please, someone. Can you hear me, everyone?
Yes, I can hear. Yes, I can.
Yes, I can.
Oh, yeah. Okay, because you are so silent. That's why. Oh, okay. Good. Have you ever had Piaget or Jean Piaget or Vygotsky, Abraham Maslow, Jerome Bruner? Have you ever heard, or only this is the first time?
I've never heard.
Or you never heard,
Well,
right?
I haven't.
Yeah. Haven't, right? Okay. These are the famous scholars, or as you can see, the educationists, right? Yeah, the first one you will see here, the Jean Piaget, right? He is also very famous related to the child development. So what did he say related to the child development? In order to record your previous session, I think you have learned from the great teacher. I think you will remember parts of the sentence. To know to teach Latin, you must know John. You remember that?
Yes, I remember.
Yeah, John and Latin. So Latin is a subject. John is the student. Right? So in order to teach the student a subject, you must know the student about his developments or his attitudes and his, situation. That's why we need to know the child development and also the basics learning theories. Here, the first one, Jean Piaget, right, mentioned the egocentrism. The children move from egocentrism to social centrism. Ego. So, well, what does ego mean? Mainly focusing on oneself, right? Thinking only of themselves, not thinking about others and other people. That's why the child development stages move from egocentrism to social centrism. The social life, if you have a good social skill, you think about yourself and also think about other people's, right? These are the movement of the child developments from one stage to another. That's why the maturation process involves 4 basic stages from sensory motor stage. Well, this is the very first stage from birth to 2 years here. On the right side, you may see the table. These are the Piaget theory of cognitive development. Firstly, let's see the chart. How many stages do you see in the chart?
4 stages.
4 stages.
Yes, 4 stages, right? So, 4 stages. Okay, please, and what's the first stage?
The first stage is
yes, sensory motor stage.
Sensory motor stage.
Yes, no? Sensory motor stage. The second stage is pre-operational stage. The third one, concrete operational. The last one, formal operational. Formal operational. So what ages are in for the sensory motor stage? Sensory motor stage includes from birth to 2 years, right? Since the time the child was born to 2 years. So at that stage, what can the child do? He can identify the object performance, like the object state exists one outside, what the object state exists one outside, up to 2 years, right? But at the very young age, for example, if you have a little brother or little sister, you can teach that you are brother or sister by showing the object and also hide that object, right? At that time, you will see that the child will cry because at the very young age, he cannot think abstractly. From birth to up to 2 years, but the child is able to understand, oh, the object still exists even when out of sight, even when he cannot see. The next one, recognition of ability to control objects and acts intentionally. Yeah, from birth to 2-year age, the child can recognize, the child has the recognition ability to touch the objects, to handle, to control. For example, like that, he may pull the cat in order not to run away the cat, right? Not to the cat run away. And also act intentionally, he may bite, he may touch, or like that, he may shout. So in order to teach the child a language, we need to know their development. So for the sensory motor stage, by looking these characteristics, at the sensory from birth to 2 years, the children are able to understand and then to identify the object, have the recognition ability, and they can act intentionally. So you can use the appropriate activities for that age children. The next one, pre-operational stage, includes from 2 to 7 years. At the time, he begins to use the language, right? Egocentric thinking, difficulty, seeing things from other viewpoints. He is still very selfish, right? Egocentric stage. If the child want to get a thing, he may ask. If he, cannot get the thing, he may cry, he may shout, because it's difficult for them to see from other viewpoints. And the next thing is classifying objects by single feature, like they can identify the things by colors, by size, or other, characteristics. They can identify the objects from 2 to 7 years for the 2 to 7 years children. So the next one, concrete operational stage. In this stage, children of 7 to 11 years age include. So what can they do in this stage? They can think logically, right? They can recognize the conservation of numbers, mass, and weight. Like, for example, you put water in a bottle. Like, let's think about it, 1 liter water in a bottle. If you put that 1 liter water in a bowl, it stays only like that, 1 liter. The child can think like that. They can think logically. So recognize conservation of numbers, mass, and weight for 7 to 11 years children. They can also, classify the objects, right, by several features and can place them in order. Like according to the size, they can order, according to the number, they can order like that for the 7 to 11 years children. The last one, formal operational, right? Formal means systematically, or they can do systematically from 11 years and plus. What can they do in this stage? So they can make logical thinking and abstract proposition. They can think, even though they cannot see the objects, they can think abstractly. And also, they are concerned with the hypothetical and the future, right? Because 11 plus, they can think hypothetically. They can predict the future, create hypotheses and test. Like, for example, you may make the experiment, you may make the hypothesis, and also after that, you will test whether your hypothesis is, right or wrong. So for those children who are 11 plus, they can think logically, they can make abstract proposition, they can make the hypothesis, and they can evaluate and judgment. That's why all of the ages 11 plus include for the formal operational stage. So the cognitive development stages are well developed by the Jean Piaget. Now let's go back to the passage. Here, as I mentioned before, so the children move from egocentrism to social centrism, right? In this way, their maturation process develops, include these 4 stages. Finally, they can make the formal they can reach to the formal operational stage. They can make the hypothetical consequence of their actions. And also, his strong belief was that, his strong belief means Piaget believes that children construct personal meaning, right, through action, like playing, moving, making things, right? So how can you know the children personal meaning? Here, playing, moving, and making things. Okay, someone please tell me the example. Like you may assess the children, oh, he is good at what or she is good at what by looking his playing or moving or making things. Please, someone tell me examples. You understand my question?
Yes, I understand.
Okay, go ahead. Here, the first paragraph, the last sentence, right? Piaget believes that children construct personal meaning through action, playing, moving, and making things, and so and so. So, when you learn, you teach the children, is it important to observe the children or not?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
it's very important, right? Why is this
Very
very
important.
important? Yeah, why is this important? Why? So if you don't observe, what will happen? If you don't pay attention, if you don't care, if you don't observe, what will happen? So by observing the children, why is it good for a teacher? By observing a children, why is it good for a teacher?
Observing is good for the teacher because
Yeah.
by observing we can know the children very well and we know how to teach them and how very useful for them.
Yeah, okay, good. Thank you. Okay, how about other opinions, other guys? Any other different opinions?
Yes, it can change
Oh.
into a healthy and effective classroom.
Yeah, right. Happy, effective classroom. Okay, you're also right. Yeah. By observing the children, you can know, oh, he is good at something, or his hobby is this, and her hobby is that. In this way, oh, he has this kind of talent, right? Talent. In this way, you can nurture his talent. And also the other thing is, for example, if you look at the playground that the children are playing in the playground, you can observe, oh, he has a good social skill, he has many friends. But that child always stays alone. You know, by knowing this, you can, change the children, or you can give suggestions to the children, right? You can make changes to the children. Yeah, it's very important. That's why we can know the children personal meaning by looking they are playing, moving, or making things. So the next scholar, Lev Vygotsky. Vygotsky suggests, right? Children gradually develop understanding of abstract meaning through play. And lastly, action is eventually replaced through play by imagination. So this means it, moves from physical to abstract stage, right? Physical to abstract stage. Firstly through play, and then by imagination. It can be replaced by imagination. That's why through play, children learn social rules. The next thing is language becomes a tool for organizing their thoughts, like inner speech, and for interacting with the world, external speech. That's why we need to, when the children learn best, they learn best in the zone of proximate development. What does ZPD mean? Zone of proximate development mean? It means the children can develop the best with the help of someone who knows more than the children, right? And they can understand and do new things. Okay, let's think, right? And for the child who can walk only like 5 meters alone. But if there is someone to help the children to hold his hand, he can walk 10 meters or 15 meters. So this means this is an example of the zone of proximate development. In this way, in Myanmar, we have the Myanmar proverb, right? ဆရာမပြရင်ငပိပုတ်တော့မဖြစ်ဘူးလို့ပြောတယ်။အဲ့တော့ကလေးကသူ့ပိုင်သူငပိဖုတ်ရင်တော့ငပိဖုတ်တတ်လိမ့်မယ်ပေါ့နော်။ငပိဖုတ်တော့ဖြစ်သွားလိမ့်မယ်။ဒါပေမဲ့စနစ်တကျတော့မဖြစ်ဘူးပေါ့နော်။ဘေးကနေဆရာနေကူညီပြီးမှဆိုရင်တကယ်စနစ်တကျကောင်းမွန်တဲ့ငပိဖုတ်တစ်ခုကိုရမယ်ပေါ့ဆိုလိုတာကအဲ့တော့ zone of proximate development means the children develop the best with the help of the person who knows and who is able to help the children. So this is the theory of the Lev Vygotsky. The next scholar, Abraham Maslow, right? He suggests that people develop according to the hierarchy of needs. Like the first one, the feelings of safety and being loved, belonging, and self-esteem are essential for learning to take place. The first one, feelings of safety. So when we talk about the feeling of safety, it includes the physical safety and mental safety. Yeah, for the physical safety, you may have a very good building and also safe places. In a classroom, like the child can learn in a very good building because the building is very safe and strong and also can prevent the other dangerous thing. He can learn well. But the child also needs the mental safety. Okay, when I mention the mental safety, what comes to your mind? What kind of examples of mental safety? Please.
Happiness.
Some example, yeah, go. Go ahead. What are the examples of mental safety for the children to create? The teacher needs to create for the safety of the child, right? The physical safety and mental safety. So mental safety, examples of mental safety.
In my opinion, if the student makes some mistake, they think that they will not be panicked.
Yeah, it's also the mental safety. How about other things? They will not be panicked, so it means that the role of teacher and student, right? So how about other things or other guys? If there is a bully in the school, is it safe for the child?
Oh,
No. Right? If there is a body shaming in the classroom, is it safe?
no, it's
No,
It's
yes.
not. No? Yeah, right? Bully and body shaming, like the harsh punishment or like the shouting, as the previous student said, when the children make a mistake, if the teacher shouts very loudly or the teacher punishes the child, the children cannot dare to do anything. So in this situation, you cannot tell there is a safety for the child, like for their mental safety. Yeah, we need to create the safety of feelings for the child, both physically and mentally. And also being loved. So being left, if there's the child is not being left, what can happen? Examples? If you don't feel loved, what can happen to you, or what behaviors can you make? Being left and belonging.
I think they will reduce
yeah.
their
They will?
self-esteem.
Oh,
Reduce
they
their
will?
self-esteem.
Reduce their self-esteem.
No, I mean reduce their self-esteem.
Oh yeah, reduce their self-esteem. Yeah, no, they will
They don't.
decrease their self-esteem. Oh,
They can feel stressed, depressed.
yeah, depressed, stressful. Okay. Yeah, the being left and belonging characteristics are also important for the safety of the child. If the friends left the child alone, he will feel alone, right? And also, as you mentioned, the child will feel depressed and stressed. In this way, it can decrease their self-esteem. As a result, the child may make the bad behaviors or may fight with other guys or with other friends, right? That's why feelings of safety, belonging, and self-esteem are essential for learning to take place. Self-esteem, no, as one student mentioned, if the child make a mistake, the teacher punish the child, it's not good. It reduce their self-esteem. Self-esteem means I can do it. I can do it, right? If you ask the child a question, the child will answer as much as he knows, but it may be right or it may be correct or not. But the teacher has to accept, to some extent, has to accept to some extent the child's response instead of scolding and punishing by making a single mistake. If you punish the child by making, punish the child whenever the child makes a mistake, it can reduce their self-esteem. It can reduce their motivation. So, by encouraging the children to do more and more, to try more and more, to answer more and more, it can increase the children's self-esteem. That's why these characteristics mentioned by Abraham Maslow are also important to become the meaningful learning. The last one, Jerome Bruner. Okay, Jerome Bruner said, right? We should realize it, right? Any learner, even in the J, is capable of learning almost anything if there is a meaningful instruction and systematic instruction. That's why he used the instruction as scaffolding as the way in which we can best help the child to learn. So this is similar to the zone proximate development. This is also a way of helping the student, instruction and scaffolding. So do you agree that children's a learner is capable of learning almost anything, even at a young age? Do you agree or not?
Yes, I agree.
Yes, I agree. Okay, tell me some example. Why
Because
can't go on.
Because he can learn. I think he can learn everything. Because he when he is young.
Yeah. When he is young, right? That's why if you want to teach the children like the many languages, there is also the research, right? If you are the bilingual learner, you are good at learning a language comparing to the monolingual learner, right? And also that's why at the children age, we have to create lots of things around the children so that we can know their potential. If you limit, I mean, the things that the children can do, you cannot know the potential of the children. Let's think like that in a school, the school there does not have lots of activities, does not have lots of activities related to the sports. But there are some students there who are good at sport. If you don't include in your school activities like sports, you may not know who is good at sport or who is not. If you don't include like the music time or arts time in your school curriculum, you will not know who is good at, who has the potential of the arts. That's why we need to create lots of things in order to develop, in order to know the children's potential. You understand?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So, if so, here in this slide, as you have learned like Jean Piaget, how many stages of child development developed by Jean Piaget?
4 stages.
Stages.
4 stages. So you are in which stage?
Formal operation.
Formal
Formal
operation. We are in
Formal
formal
operation.
You
operational.
are in for my operational stage, right? Okay. That's why the environment and learning environment of the children is really important because they are starting to learn since the young age. Okay, how many scholars here?
4.
More.
4 scholars. The first one, what's the name?
先别介。
Jean Piaget.
Next one, Lev
Then-
Vygotsky.
Lev Vygotsky.
Not Vygotsky.
Third one,
Another one is Abraham Maslow.
Maslow.
And the
Next
last
one,
one is
Jerome Bruner. Jerome Bruner, yeah. Yeah, the first one is because I pronounce it Jean Piaget because it's a Swiss scholar, Swiss. As much as I remember, I may be wrong, but Swiss scholar. That's why we pronounce Jean, not Jean,
Jean.
right?
Okay.
Like, have you ever heard the Jean Paul Sartre philosopher, Jean Paul Sartre? No? Oh, yes.
No.
never.
Or never. Okay, if you Google like the Jean Paul Sartre, you will see lots of books written by Jean Paul Sartre. There are also the Myanmar books translated by, Myanmar scholar.
Okay, all right, sir.
Yeah. Let's move next one. That's why we need to know the children development and mental development. So in the previous slide, you see the instructional scaffolding. Here, a little bit extended explanation of instructional scaffolding. So instructional scaffolding means like making the children interested in the task and also making the difficult tasks into easy ones, right? And also by reminding the children what is the goal of learning and also to stay focused on their learning. The next thing is highlighting the important points and important parts of the task. Another thing, showing the children other ways of doing the task. This means instructional scaffolding. Scaffolding in Myanmar, scaffolding in Myanmar, scaffolding ဆိုတာကညှမ်းဆင်တာကိုပြောတာညှမ်းဆင်တာအဲ့တော့ instructional scaffolding ဆိုတော့ကလေးတစ်ဆင့်ပြီးတစ်ဆင့်တိုးတက်သင်ယူနိုင်အောင်လို့ဆရာနေပြရနေလို့ supporting ပေါ့နော်ညှမ်းဆင်တယ်လို့မျိုးသူ့ကိုပံ့ပိုးပေးရတာအဲ့ဒါပြောတာ Okay, next one. So we have learned that some theories are developed by 4 scholars. In this way, the children learn best from doing things right through play and action, environment, engaging environment. Environment engaging environment means they feel safe in their learning place. So the job for the teacher is to know, what development stages the children are. By knowing the child development, you can create the suitable activities, right? So you understand instructional scaffolding?
Yes.
Okay, good. If so, tell me what is the instructional scaffolding? Someone please. Instructional scaffolding. What kind of activities are instructional scaffolding activities?
I think it's helping the student or children to reach a better place.
Yeah, okay, to reach a better place. Yeah, that's right. So we have mentioned that the young learners. Yeah, you will see the identification of the young learners based on their age. 2 and between the ages of 2 and 11, they are called the young learners. But some people also told that age 0, right? From birth to 4 as a very young learners. But the young learners are not all the same. So why are they not all the same? Think and tell me, why are there some differences between the young learners even though they are in the same age? What kind of differences can you see?
I think because of their background.
Yeah, because of their backgrounds. So if you say background, what includes in the background? Tell me more.
Environment and family.
Yeah, environment, yeah, family. Yeah, right. There are many differences. Yeah, environment and family. That's why in the school, we group the children according to their group. The best thing is, I mean, not to combine the young children and kind of the senior young children. Right here, 5-year-old child and 11-year-old child, there are lots of differences. Like as well as the 6-year-olds and 9-year-olds, right? That's why we need to understand the differences, how to teach the children at different ages. As you mentioned, even though the children are in the 8-year-old children, they have the certain characteristic based on their background, like about their family situation, about their home situation, right? And also the maturity of the child. Like, even though they are in the same age, their families situation will be different because some families are very, conscious for the development of their children. That's why they buy lots of books for their children to read based on their age. Some families even don't know the importance of the books, as well as the relationship between the children and their family also has significant effects on their development. Yeah, there are also other things, right? So what stage they are personally healthy, right? In other words, we can make generalization about children at certain ages. It's important. They will never be exact and may not be true for individual children because of the different speeds and in different ways that they are developing. Okay, next one. So children age 5 to 7, what can they do? Here, there are some things that you will see in this slide for the children from 5 to 7 ages. Please read this slide, everyone. Yeah. Read this slide. Finish, guys?
Not yet.
Oh, yeah. Okay, these are the characteristics of the children from 5 to 7 years old, right? Because they are very interested about learning if they are given the learning systematically. And also, they also like doing the activities, right? And also use everything in the physical world, like that they will see, they will hear, they want to touch, they want to hear, they want to do in order to understand this. Okay, and also they have the exciting imaginations, right? They have the imaginary corridors, like the corridors from the fairy tales. And they also have their dream corridors. And also, they also like being praised. Yeah, I think everyone likes being praised, even me, and also even you, I think like being praised. Right? But they cannot tell the differences between fact and opinion. Sorry, fact and fiction. If they see something, they cannot, differentiate whether this is a factual data or this is a fictional data, or factual character or fictional character, right? And also, they often don't understand the adult world. That's why they are kind of the egocentrism stage. They are very good at imitating people, so they pick up the teacher's intonation. That's why if you teach the English, it's really important, right? To be aware of what you are doing, what you are saying. They cannot decide what to learn by themselves. That's why we as teachers, you as teacher, need to guide and tell them, right, which is right and which is suitable and which is not suitable. Are comfortable with the idea that there are rules and routines for things. Yeah. It's also important when you teach the young children to have the routine activities. If you don't have the routine activities, the children will not know. They cannot expect what they are going to do. For example, if firstly you start the class by greeting, and also you start the class by asking the previous lesson. Like if you start like this every day, the children can predict, or firstly the teacher will do what, and next the teacher will do what, like that. They can predict and they will be ready for what they are going to do. So here you see the attention span. They have the short attention span, cannot concentrate on the same thing for a long time. This is also really important because you will be very, a supportive teacher, a very enthusiastic teacher. That's why you teach the children by using a long time. But even though you are using a long time, they cannot concentrate on your teaching because of their short attention span, because they are still young, they are still children. Okay, did you hear me? Sorry, you hear me, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
I can hear.
Okay, here I mentioned the attention span. So there are like some description related to the attention span based on the children ages. So what can you guess about the 5-year old children? Their attention span, how many minutes? Can you guess? Make a guess. Make a guess.
About 30 or 45 minutes.
30 or 45 minutes for 5-year children. If so,
I
10-year
think
children,
25 minutes.
20 to 25. Okay, 2 or 3-year children.
2 or 3 years. 10 minutes, I think.
It's about 10 minutes.
It's about 10 minutes. Let's see, right? Yeah. So it comes here. Yeah, 2 to 3-year children, 2-year children, 3 to 10 minutes. 5 years children, 6 to 25 minutes. For the 10-year children, 11 to 50 minutes. You're right. The next characteristics of the children of, 10 plus. So when they are 10 years old, they are quite mature, and also they can understand, the basic concepts of the world around them, right? They make sense of the adult world around them. They can interpret about the senior people, their parents, situation, their parents thinking, and feeling. They are also able to differentiate between the fact and fiction, right? They have the same strong views about what they like and don't like because they have the logical thinking, right? 10-plus-year-old children. They can work with spoken word only. They don't always need the physical word to help because they can think logically. They can think abstractly. That's why they can make abstract thinking, right? By telling them, they understand. Can understand abstract concepts and symbols and can generalize, have strong sense of what is right and what is fair. So these are the characteristics of the 10-plus-year children. You understand?
Yes,
Yeah. If so, tell me a few things about the children, the characteristics of the children from 5 to 7 years. Five to 7 years. Previously,
They enjoy activities.
They enjoy activities, yeah.
Can tell the difference between fact and fiction.
Yeah, cannot tell the difference between fact and fiction. Good.
Have a short attention.
Oh, short attention span. Yeah, correct.
They can imitate by other people saying.
Oh, they can, yeah, that's right. They can copy, right? They can imitate. So how about the children, 10-plus-year-old children, the characteristics? You can think about yourself, right? Because you are the 10+ year old children.
They have logical thinking.
Yeah, logical thinking. Good. Next one.
Understand fair and right.
Yeah, understand fair and right. Mhm.
They can understand and do by speaking only them.
By speaking only there, right? Whenever you tell them, you don't need to show the pictures or you don't need to show the physical things. Yeah, they can
Right,
tell
right.
them. Yeah.
Differentiate between fact and fiction.
Fact and fiction, right? Okay, good. If so, we have learned some stages of the child development. We have learned some characteristics of the young learners from 5 to 7 and 10+ year. So here, based on those things, we can create suitable conditions for the language learning. In order for the children to feel safe, happy, and eager, right, in their learning, we can create a, good learning environment. The first one, it's important to organize the thing, right? That's why they will do very well. And it involves like differentiation. Differentiation means like doing your best to lead the individual student in a way that match. So can someone tell me differentiation techniques or examples of differentiation? For example, let's think, right? You give the student to do the assignment or to do the activities in the classroom. So you can differentiate to some extent. How will you differentiate for the children to fit with their, potential and to fit with their feelings and aptitudes and skills? Like for example, that you give a topic, right? The children, the learner, to do some activities. Yeah, the topic may be the same, but some student will make a chart, right, by writing down the points. Some children will compose a poem of the topic, the content of the topic. Some student, will write article or a story related to the topic. Or some students will not use any words, but they may use the picture based on the topic, related to the topic. Or some students like working in groups. Other students like working alone or working 2 or 3%. So by looking at those characteristics, you can give the different activities, right? You can open your activities. You cannot tell, oh, only you have to do only this thing. No, you cannot say like that. Or you can do whatever types of activities you can. This is called the differentiation. So that their activities will match with their learning style. By opening your activities for the student, they can do the best. So if I tell you the learning style, are you familiar with the word learning style?
So please again.
Are you familiar? Have you known what kinds of styles the children have? Learning style. Are you familiar with the word learning style? Here, you see, learning style.
Yeah, yes, I am.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah. What learning styles do you know? Or are you what learning style? Do you think? Do you know your learning styles?
Yeah.
What learning style do you prefer? For example, if you make you learn something, what do you prefer?
Student center style.
Student center. Student center is broader
Oh,
than the
sorry,
learning
sorry.
style. Yeah.
Sorry. Student center is teaching
Method,
style.
right? Teaching style, yeah. Teaching style or teaching approach.
I like the learning style such as learning alone, learning self-study.
Oh, self-study, right? Individual learning, you like.
Right.
Okay. So these are the learning style. How many learning style do you see in the pie chart?
Three.
I can see
Yes,
three learning
three.
styles.
3 learning style, right? Yeah. Auditory learning style, kinesthetic learning style, and visual learning style.
Auditory.
For the auditory learner, they like conversation or one-to-one conversation. They like listening. They prefer group discussion. They like watching videos, and they like making oral presentation. These kinds of students prefer learning by listening and by talking, right? Auditory learning style. For example, let's think that you are going to read a book, right? Instead of reading a book, you will listen to the audio book. You will not read the book. By listening audio book, remember most of the things from the book. But other students would like to read the book. They don't like listening. So that children, that guy includes in the visual learner. So auditory learner, after the auditory learner, the next thing is kinesthetic learner. Kinesthetic learning style means like the children like doing activities, like hands-on activity, role-playing, note-taking, walking, and meetings, kinesthetic learner. Like the teacher asks you to do the thing. In this case, you will do the experiment. Other do the pie chart and draw a picture, right? These are the kinesthetic learner's characteristics. The next one, visual learner. So visual learner likes watching graphs, watching illustrations of သရုပ်ဖော်ပေါ့နော် data တွေကိုသရုပ်ဖော်ပြတာပေါ့ဥပမာဘားတွေ chat တွေနဲ့ပြတာမျိုးပြောတာ next one pictures, videos, PowerPoints and articles like that. So these are the generalized learning style: auditory, kinesthetic, and visual learner. So now I want you to reflect yourself. What learning style do you prefer, or what learning style are you? Which way of learning do you like?
Visual.
I like visual.
Visual. Oh, you like visual.
Visual.
Yes.
Visual.
So auditory.
Auditory. Oh, you like the listening activities. Yeah. Sometimes it is difficult, right, to tell I have only particular learning style. Like sometimes I like the listening. Mostly I'm also a kind of, you will see like the visual learners. I like, instead of reading a book, the whole book, I like the watching the data illustrated by the chart or pie chart. Like that. It's difficult. Oh, I have only one learning style. It's difficult to see like that. As much as I know. Okay, these are the learning style. The next things, right? We need to emphasize the meaning rather than the accuracy of the language. Because we are trying to make sure that they do things properly. So here, the accuracy and you can say the fluency or meaning. So at the young age, if you focus on accuracy, what can happen? Will you focus on fluency or accuracy at the young age for the children?
Fluency.
Fluency, right? Yeah. And then fluency, after fluency, you can upgrade into accuracy. So if you look at our previous, English, curriculum, children have to learn the grammar, the parts of speech. It's focusing on accuracy. But now the new curriculum has the listening activities, the speaking activities, like they're focusing on fluency. The other things, we will use the routines. It's better to use the routines. That's why the children can feel secure and know what to expect, right? What they are going to learn after one activity. Whenever possible, here it is important to use the target language when you give the instruction or when you explain the things, right? We also need to give the special care to use the roughly tuned language, so that our student will understand what we are saying. Like, and the other thing is, like, you can use the gesture, the facial expression, or visual demonstration for the children to understand what you are saying. Roughly tuned, there is a bit more explanation about the roughly tuned. The last one, in the next slide, you will see there's some classroom phrases that you can use in the classroom. Right? Did you got it, everyone?
Got it.
Yes.
I got it. Yes, I got it.
So before we continue this one, what do you remember from the previous slide? What do you remember from the previous slide?
Viceroy.
Learning style.
Learning
We
style.
have
How many
learned learning styles. So the three learning styles.
Three learning styles.
Visual, auditory, and
kinesthetic, right?
kinesthetic.
Kinesthetic.
Yeah. Visual, auditory, and kinesthetic. How about other things? What other things do you remember apart from learning style?
We can use as facial expression to understand the learner better.
Understand the learner better.
And then if our child, if our children are young, accuracy, fluency is more important than accuracy.
Yeah, fluency is more important than accuracy, right? We need to give lots of activities that can improve their fluency instead of accuracy. Okay, there is also a new word, right? Finely tuned and roughly tuned input. In the language, because you are learning English language, you will often hear these two words. Finely tuned and roughly tuned. Now, I want you to read it here. Finish reading.
No.
So the things and the contents that you see in the textbook, are they the finely tuned or roughly tuned content?
Maybe finally tuned.
Finely tuned, right? Finely tuned. Yeah, because they are made into easy things, you know, according to their children's ages. For the roughly tuned, for example, if you speak to a native speaker, he will respond to you. Is this a finely tuned or roughly tuned?
Roughly tuned.
Yeah, roughly tuned, right? It's not sure you understand or not better. He will not use the finely tuned, he will use the roughly tuned. When the native speaker notice that you don't understand, and he will change his structure, he will change his words. In this way, it becomes the finely tuned input. You understand everyone?
Yes.
Good. So because if you go to a bookshop, you will see lots of books. But let's think about this. You want to read about the Alice in Wonderland. The Alice in Wonderland, there is also a small book for the primary school children. Alice in Wonderland, very thick book for the adult children, adult learners. That's why the contents and the words are being modified to be appropriate with the children ages. Here are some examples of the useful classroom English. Now, I want you to read this one. Please, someone, read aloud. Hello, someone, please.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
I don't understand. What do you want us to do, miss? Good morning. Good morning.
Good afternoon. Can I read a
Can I
book?
read
Can I use the computer?
Can I use the
Can I
computer?
go to the toilet, please?
Toilet, please. What is in English,
What
please?
is in English, please?
Now it's your
This is my
cousin.
turn. Now it's your turn.
Now it's your turn.
Can you help me with this, please? What's your
What is
party?
Can I have the
Painting is what is your say about? I like your painting. I like this story.
Yeah, these are only a few useful phrases that you can use in the classroom. There are lots of, useful phrases if you Google, right? Lots of finds. So the next thing is, in the Yelena classroom, right? It's very good that the children and the teacher can talk to each other using the children's home language. Yeah, in some cases, it's also useful if you use the children's home language or their, mother tongue or native language. That's why if you are going to teach the children who do not speak your language, if you know their language, it's better and it's, more effective to your teaching. That's why some people believe, but some people believe it's better to use the target language in the foreign language classroom. Later, we will learn about this, right? I don't mean you need to use the target language all the time. You can also use their home language, because some things it's difficult to explain in the target language. Target language means, let's think like that. You are now learning the English. If you are using the English language, it's called you are using the target language. If you are attending the Japanese language class, the teacher is also using the Japanese language. You are also using the Japanese language. The Japanese language is the target language. The next thing is, it's also used better, right? If you use the stories in your teaching, because the children feel equally and the children know the emotions of their same age children by reading the children's story. And so it can also develop their imagination and feel comfortable and more engaged in their learning. That's why children like listening and hearing the stories. The next one, if you make correction a lot for the children, it's not good. Right? It's better to listen to what the children want to see, encouraging them, right? To produce the correct way instead of correcting the mistake. That's why it's better to encourage and to support, to develop their confidence and their self-esteem. So here in this slide, you have to learn like you can use the home language better, use more time for the target language. The next thing is children like listening and reading the stories. And the other thing is avoid correcting the mistake every time. You have to encourage their confidence and their self-esteem. Okay, from the previous slide, what do you remember? Tell me, please.
Whole language and target language.
Yeah.
We use story.
Yeah. Yeah, you can use their story, and also the last point.
And avoid the
Correcting mistakes.
Yeah,
And more
avoid correcting
encourage them.
mistakes every time, right? Avoid correcting mistakes every time. That is one thing I want to add more. If you use a story, firstly, it is important you read the story, the whole story. The whole story. Sometimes, you look at the title, you read the first paragraph, this is a very good story. But in the same story, some authors use the bad language, which are not appropriate for the children. That's why it is important to read the whole story by yourself before using the story for the children, right? So the next thing is the classroom as a learning environment. We need to create the classroom to be a very good learning environment, right? Here you will see the same characteristics of a good classroom and learning environment. The first one, the young children like learning in a light and spacious place. Like me, a very bright classroom, a spacious classroom. They like learning in those kinds of places. That's why it should be colorful places and comfortable situation, right? The furniture should be the child side and also child appropriate, because we need to think about their development. Sometimes by saving the budget, you may use the inappropriate chair, not very good chair. Like, for example, in the public bus, because the bus, let's look at the bus, right? In the bus, once you look at the bus, the chairs are, the places are very narrow. Oh. It's obvious for the foreigners, they cannot stretch their legs if they sit in the public bus seat. This is not good. Like that, it's important to, to locate and to put the appropriate chair and the table for the children. The next one, you can divide the classroom into designated areas, like the reading corner, the play area, or the wet area where the children can wash, or the children can play with the water or other liquids. And also clearly mark containers for things, right? Like pens and paints, glues, and plastic things, right? This makes it easier for the children to move from one activity and area to another. The other thing is you can put the pictures and charts and objects around the classroom. That's why the children know where they can put the charts. And also we can also encourage them to bring their things to the classroom. The next thing, right? We can decide how we want our children to sit, like straight lines or groove or pair walk or rule, right? These are the characteristics of a good learning environment. Here you see a plasticine, right? Plasticine. Plasticine means the things are a kind of thing that children can do in various shapes. There are also the material that you can use for the children. Okay, these are the characteristics of a good learning environment. So from the previous slide, what do you remember from the previous slide? Tell me.
To use appropriate furniture, to create a reading corner, Google corner like this.
Yeah. Do we have more other things? So yeah, this is also the same characteristics of a good learning environment. I want you to read this slide. So this slide, you will see that it's also important to make the different groups, right, for the group works or pair works. And the next thing, you can use the animal song, right? Now here the example show that we can hand out the cards with pictures of animal families. One, for example, a student has a cow picture, and then he may make the count song, the count noise. At the time, the other student will hear this noise and also, oh, he also has this picture card, and also he may make the same noise like that, right? The other thing is you can arrange the tables depending on the student and also on the activity. The last thing is also important, right? Physical movement is also important when you give the children the activity, when you teach. Because there are some students like doing the activities instead of sitting still for a long time. By giving the kinesthetic activities, it's also, it can develop, it can make their development. It can make the children active if you give them the kinesthetic activities. The next thing, movement. As I mentioned, the children cannot stay all day, right? Cannot stay for a long time. They need to move and move around. That's why you can use the chants, the rhymes and songs by accompanying with the behaviors. The other thing is you can use the living clocks, like the body clocks, right? အဲ့တော့လူရဲ့ခန္ဓာပုံပေါ်တော့နိုင်ပုံလို့လေဥမာ9နာရီရှိပြီဆိုရင်ဒါ hour hand ရဲ့ minute hand ရဲ့ကိုကပြောရမှာပေါ့နော်ဆိုကြပါစို့ညာဘက်လက်ကနိုင်လက်တံဘယ်လက်က minute လက်တံအဲ့လိုမျိုးလေးနဲ့9နာရီရှိပြီဆိုရင်ဒါသူ့ရဲ့ဒါလက်ကနေကိုဟန်လေးပြရမှာပေါ့အဲ့လိုမျိုးနဲ့ဒါ body clock လို့လည်းခေါ်တယ်နော်ဒါလည်းပဲဟိုနေ movement တွေကောင်းတဲ့လုပ်ငန်းလေးပေါ့ Yes, game squid you can use. And also, we can also use the children, right? Stand up and jump or wave their arms or run around based on their activities. That's why it is important to stand up and make a line along all of the classroom, right? In order for the birthdays, you can use other the birthdays activities or highs. Like, for example, someone was born in January, another was like someone was born in January the 1st, another was born on January 10, another was born on January 15, another was born in February. So according to their birthdays and days, you can arrange the children. According to their heights, you can arrange the children. You can group them. So here in this slide, what do you see? What are the teachers doing here? What are they doing? What are they using?
They are playing game.
Playing a game, yeah? Playing a game. What kind of game?
Second number
They-
now.
I think they are performing a story using the choice.
Yeah,
I
I mean
think
they are performing. Yeah, they are performing. They are playing games. It's right. They are performing. They are using the hand gloves. Or you can see, right? There is a name for this kind of game. Here, the children are talking with a twine. The teacher is helping the children. Here, the teachers are acting the two characters. So it is called the special friends. Like many teachers like to use the puppets. In the previous slide, the teacher are using the puppets. You can buy the puppets or related to the teaching, or you can use the random hand claps puppets. You can paint the eyes, the nose, right? And other things on your hand gloves, on your gloves. You can use your gloves as a puppet. Yeah, body, yeah. Right? That's why you can perform or you can act by using this teaching aids. So the children can take chance to talk to the puppet, or they can act as a puppet, or they can talk like a puppet. So the other thing is that you can use the characters who has the special personalities, right? Finally, you can use the realistic characters or the kind of the evaders, right, in your teaching to engage in the activity. These are the games, right? Which are cars, animals, and you can also use the other thing like here, teapot, right? For example, in the third bullet, you see, for example, please say it. Yesterday, I teapot to the skating rink with my family. Here, the student have to predict what word is the teapot. So, went. I went to the skating rink with my family. In this way, you can, encourage and you can stimulate. You can make the guessing game. Or you can use the famous characters or the fairy tales. Right. Here, the last bullet, you see, you can write names of famous characters the student know. You can stick the names on their foreheads without looking at them. At the time, the children who have their stickers on his foreheads, you need to ask, am I a boy? Am I a fairy story? Until they find out who they are. Other students have to answer yes or no question. There are also some activities here, right? So this is all for my session for tonight. Hello guys, you remember something?
Yes,
Learning style.
Learning style. Yeah. Well, what new things do you learn from my session?
Classroom language.
Classroom language.
Characteristics of young learners.
Characteristics of young learner.
Impression scaffolding.
Yeah. Right. Instructional scaffolding, the learning theories, and the stages of child development. Right.
So many other.
And other the learning techniques that you can use in the classroom. Okay. That's all for my session for tonight, guys. Thank you very much. Thank you for your active participation.
Thank you very much. Good night, sir.